I am proud of every upload that I've done. There isn't a single video on this channel that I feel like is a waste of time or that isn't interesting. Every single video on this channel is the kind of stuff that I would click on and that I would personally want to watch from start to finish. Visibility is hard on YouTube. It's hard to get your channel connected with the people that will really value the content. And my expectation right now is that there's probably a lot of collectors out there who would enjoy the kind of stuff that we're doing here, but just have absolutely no idea this channel even exists. Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Parkside Merchant channel. If you're new here, welcome aboard. We cover all kinds of topics related to vintage trading cards, especially Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is the category that I'm most knowledgeable about, and that's kind of the core focus of our channel. So I invite you to like, comment, subscribe if this is the kind of stuff that interests you. In today's video, basically just wanted to do kind of a quick status update, or sort of a channel update, if you will. The 13th of January was the first video that we published, and we've been doing daily uploads ever since then. So it's been 30 days of non-stop daily uploads on the Parkside Merchant channel. So wanted to just kind of give an update on how this is progressing, where I kind of see the channel going from here, and just what sort of stuff you can expect as we continue moving through February and beyond out into 2021. So I think first off, just wanted to start with a big thank you, right, to all of the subscribers, all the folks that are following this channel. We're on the ground floor of this sort of experiment on YouTube, if you will. I'm not a pro YouTuber, so I realize a lot of folks have needed to be kind of patient with me when it comes to like tech issues and audio visual stuff that we've had problems with here and there, but I do very much appreciate everybody's comments, getting to know some of the folks here on the channel. We've had some fun giveaways and stuff, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm deeply appreciative and grateful to all the folks that have been following us thus far. And I obviously appreciate some of the direction and some of the feedback, right, from folks that have left comments about things that you'd like to see or video suggestions and all that stuff, right? It's one thing for me to just kind of go off and talk about all sorts of stuff that's interesting to me, but if there are topics and things that you all want to hear about or get perspective on, I'm always happy to keep an open ear here and try to tailor the content accordingly. So I thought it might be fun to just kind of give a quick recap on some of our achievements, right, or some of the milestones thus far on the channel, and just give you a sense of how we're doing after the first 30 days. So as of today, February 14th, 2021, we've got just north of 30 subscribers. I think we're at about 34 folks that are tuned into our channel on a regular basis. The majority of our views are coming from subscribers, so it seems like once folks kind of discover this content, they seem to be pretty interested. It looks like we're kind of retaining our subscriber base, right? We don't have people dropping off and shutting off, which would be a negative indicator that the content is moving in the wrong direction. We've got just about 600 views as of today across all of our videos. We've got over 50 hours of watch time logged. So on average, it looks like people are watching just north of 5 minutes worth of each video, which is not terrible for YouTube. A lot of my videos are pretty long, and I'll get into that in a couple minutes. I do try to edit my stuff and keep it as concise as possible, but it's hard, right? I have a lot to say. I've got a lot of detail to share, and I'm not naturally a very concise person. I use a lot of words when I talk, so there's that element of it. We've got just north of 7,000 impressions, and our click-through rate is hovering at just around 6%, which is pretty good, right? That's pretty much, from what I've read, fairly average, fairly typical for YouTube. So all stuff that I think are generally positive indicators. I think especially considering that we're starting from the ground floor, right? There's no like pre-existing following or fan base or like family contingent or anything like that I have puffing up our numbers or anything like that, right? These are just folks that I think have, for the most part, organic interest in the content and are actually interested in trading cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! And collectibles and things like that. So that's just kind of a snapshot about where we're at here in February. What I wanted to do now was talk a little bit about just sort of some of my reflections on the first 30 days, and just give you some perspectives basically on how I view the performance of the channel so far, and some of my thoughts looking back on the last couple of weeks of progress. So I think number one big accomplishment is 30 days of daily uploads. You find on YouTube, in my experience, that daily uploads are often very forced, right? The content isn't that interesting. People are just trying to fill time. They're talking about what they had for lunch, right? Talking about how things are going at work, talking about the weather and all sorts of other stuff. It's like there's often some quality issues, right? When it comes to what they're talking about. Is that stuff even on subject, or is it just, I could very easily clog the airwaves with just massive amounts of uploads about stuff that is categorically irrelevant to collectibles, Yu-Gi-Oh, trading cards, eBay, right? All this sort of stuff that I think is relevant to the core focus of our channel. So my intent in these daily uploads is to just make sure every time I do these that it passes the sniff test for, is this content watchable? Is it relevant? Is this video worth watching? And for all my videos, the answer is always yes, at least for me. So I'm not going to just push content for the sake of pushing content, right? I will stop the daily uploads if I ever reach a point where I just don't have anything, if I just don't have enough to say that's relevant to fill that time. So the other thing I should say too, over the past 30 days, I've been very careful to avoid any content drift. And what I mean by that is we've been very focused on vintage Yu-Gi-Oh, collectibles, eBay, trading cards. There's been some, adjacencies that we've looked at. We've talked a bit about some of the Topps cards and maybe some Pokemon here and there and some adjacencies, but I'm trying to keep this pretty focused on the Yu-Gi-Oh category, with the understanding that most people who follow Yu-Gi-Oh probably also have some curiosity about other trading card collectibles, or how PSA or PWCC or some of these other major entities function. So hopefully we're keeping stuff on point. Call me out if it's getting a little bit too adjacent or it's too irrelevant, and I'll try to tone it back a little bit. But I want to make sure that I'm experimenting a little bit here in the first 30 days with different types of videos, different types of subject matter, just to sort of test things out, see how stuff performs, essentially. I mentioned this off the top, but I'm still learning a lot about YouTube. This is obvious when you look at my videos the past 30 days. I think some have been better than others. I've been learning more about how to edit stuff more effectively, just how to use the YouTube platform more effectively. So I think we have come a long way since the first couple of videos, but I'm still learning, right? I'm no expert or no professional when it comes to video production or video editing, YouTube, right? This is all pretty new territory for me for the most part. The other thing I should say is that if you look back on my channel, my videos are running very long. And I still haven't figured out how to fix this. I haven't looked at the average run time for my videos, but I think it's well north of 10 minutes. I've got some that are 40 minutes, some that are in the high 20s, and then stuff that I think is averaging at 15 or 20 minutes for the most part. So I do edit all my stuff. I try to cut it down, all the filler words and all the stuff that's just clogging up the video. I do try to edit my stuff very deliberately, and I do try to be pretty concise in my videos. So I realize the content is running long, so I'm going to do what I can to try and be more abbreviated in some of these videos moving forward. So just bear with me. For those of you that do enjoy this, right, then that's great. You get 40 minutes of just non-stop insight. So that some of these videos do deserve to probably be pretty long. But it's something I'm aware of and I'm sensitive to, and I'll make sure that moving forward, I don't let the runtime just keep going, right? Unless I've got stuff that's actually important to say that's going to fill the time with valuable insight. I do think that big picture, I am pleased with the performance of the channel thus far. I think we've made a lot of good progress. I think we've got a lot of really good content on here that's very interesting to people that follow Yu-Gi-Oh! I am proud of every upload that I've done. There isn't a single video on this channel that I feel like is a waste of time or that isn't interesting. Every single video on this channel is the kind of stuff that I would click on and that I would personally want to watch from start to finish. So I'm going to make sure that that spirit and that mission continues to guide every video that I publish on this channel. And that's what I wanted to talk about next, which is kind of the future plan for the channel. What kinds of new stuff can you expect? and where do we think the channel is going to be going from here. So I think, first of all, you're probably going to see more of the same on the channel. I'm going to keep doing what we're doing, right? No sense in rocking the boat and shaking things up if you've got a style and you've got sort of a message that works. And my opinion about this channel is that we're not just some copycat sort of Yugioh that's just flipping through eBay, right? Looking at prices and just talking about all sorts of basically just eBay listings, right? I can easily do that. I could talk to you folks about eBay listings all day long, right? I could go live and just do marathons of eBay hunting and all sorts of that kind of stuff. I'm trying to the same honestly could be said for pack breaks and box breaks and tin breaks. I could break stuff open all day long if that's what folks really wanted to watch. But my feeling is there is a gap in the market for content just like what this channel has. Something that certainly straddles the line, that does some of the market watch and market commentary, that does some of the very sensational box breaks and pack breaks and things like that, which obviously generates a lot of views and a lot of buzz. But there is something else out there, which is this sort of, it's just kind of a different take on a collector's channel, essentially. So hopefully folks are enjoying it. I think that in general, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. There's obviously certain styles of my videos that seem to be performing better than others. I've noticed that a lot of my videos about the vintage anime series aren't really doing that well. So I kind of like doing those videos, but it doesn't look like a lot of people really enjoy those too much. So you may see less of those as we move forward. But I'm probably still going to do some of them because I enjoy those kinds of videos quite a bit. And I may have to get more into the sensational side of things, right? Market watches, box breaks, tin breaks, pack breaks, right? We may have to do some more of that kind of stuff on this channel. We'll see. But to me, I'm more interested in the kind of content that I'm making currently. So you can expect to see a lot more of that stuff moving forward. Now, PSA returns. I currently have over 10 submissions sitting in the PSA warehouse right now. It's now over 500 cards that I have over there. And it's looking very probable that some of that stuff is going to come back soon. Hopefully the first one will be back in the next 30 days or so. Those are going to be some really big videos, folks. There's some dramatic stuff that's going to be coming back from PSA, I expect. So sit tight. We're going to have some real exciting, we might do some subscriber specials if we can get this channel up to like 100 maybe in the next couple of months here. So I've got some big stuff planned in the works. And some of it is PSA return related content. I have some other things that I'm cooking that I think are going to be somewhat sensational, right? There's going to be some of that kind of stuff going on here on the channel. So just get ready for it. I apologize in advance if there's some thumbnails that are a little clickbaity, or there's like some content that's a little bit outside of the Yu-Gi-Oh world, but is still very entertaining. So stay tuned. There's more to come. And I just encourage folks to have an open mind. So I think the last thing that I would say here is, just to kind of wrap things up, I really value the feedback. So let me know, folks, in the comments on these videos, or in this video in particular, like, what do you like about the channel? What's not working? What do we need to change? What would you like to see more of? What kinds of videos do you feel like we should be doing less of? Any specific advice that you would give to me on this channel? If you feel like there are people out there that would value this content who aren't yet even aware that this channel exists, and I expect there's probably a lot of those people out there, visibility is hard on YouTube. It's hard to get your channel connected with the people that will really value the content. And my expectation right now is that there's probably a lot of collectors out there who would enjoy the kind of stuff that we're doing here, but just have absolutely no idea this channel even exists. I welcome the feedback. I welcome the input. And let me know, right, where you want to see the channel going moving forward. I have a lot of programming that's pre-planned and scheduled and already recorded, so you may not see some of this stuff happen for a while, but I try to be responsive to comments and to feedback. So keep me posted. Let me know what you'd like to see more of on the channel. And I'm looking forward to the next couple of months here. I'm going to keep moving forward with these daily uploads as long as I can, and as long as I have good content that I think is worth watching on a daily basis. So that's all for now, folks. Once again, this is the Parkside Merchant Channel. Thanks again for your time, and we'll see you next time.